Welcome to the Pirate Broadcast, where we interview interesting people doing interesting things, where you can expand your connections, your community. Kindness is cool and smiles are free. And let's get this party started. And it's a beautiful day for the Pirate Broadcast. And I'm thinking here, it's another conversation that we can actually engage in and be involved in this community. The pirate community is an amazing community. If you're not connected, get connected, start a conversation. The resources are there. The resources are out there. If you need to be introduced to somebody, let me know. I'm happy to provide introductions. If you're looking for a certain thing, a certain time, a certain way, let me know, because we need to, keep this conversation going. Also, it would really benefit me and encourage this whole process if you would like, comment, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, the podcast, and all of these things. They're indicators that I'm putting out content that's valuable. So if you love it, please let me know by sharing and subscribing. And I love the fact that we can get together here every morning and have a conversation with interesting people doing interesting things. And Matt Mohawk, Denny, is one of those individuals that I met through another pirate, Steve Sims, who's been on the show. Many of you may know Steve Sims. He's on the internets and sharing some great stuff. And Matt went to an event in one of Steve's collaborations. It's an interesting place to go. I'm sure it's fun to be there, and a lot of people. And then we had, what was it, a drinking thing, Matt, that we were doing there. So Matt, thank you so much for being here. You're now officially a pirate, so we can have a conversation and get this thing going here. But welcome to the Pirate Broadcast. And
thank you, Russ.
How are you doing, man? Tell me how you're doing, first of all.
I am doing awesome. It is a gorgeous day here in DC. I can see the city from on the other side of the computer, and it's just beautiful. I'm not a huge Halloween decoration person, but I love the concept of dressing up, and mostly because I think Halloween comes a time of year that a lot of people take off their masks. And I have a video that I'm putting out this morning with me in a mask on and off. Are you putting your mask on today or taking it off? Because recently, about 9 months ago, I realized that I was wearing a mask, and I've recently been taking that off, and it's like a whole new world's opened up.
Yeah. We evolve, and it's fascinating to me because we're all connected. I believe we are all connected in some way, shape, or form. And I noticed your profile, because I have a process that I, bring people on the show. I hope it was easy for you. It seems pretty simple. And reminders and all that kind of stuff. And I looked at it and I go, 801. That's a Utah number. And so I asked Matt, I said, so Matt, where'd you grow up? Where are you from? Tell me about the 801 number. And funny story is we grew up in the same town. And so I'm not sure. I'm sure we graduated in different years, but we went to the same high school.
Small world.
And so when you're out and about and you're looking around for people, there's always a thread that we have a connection with. And that's the theme of the Pirate Broadcast is we're all connected. A little kindness goes a long way, and you don't know where somebody's been or what they're going through or anything like that. And taking that mask off and, in a metaphorical kind of way is be yourself, be honest and true. And so, Matt, tell us about your journey and how you got where you're doing right now.
So I came out of high school in Layton, where we grew up, and I did a whole lot of things. And I worked for a construction type company, sewer cleaning company. So yes, people have to clean your sewers, and it pays great because no one wants to do it.
Yeah.
Um, and so, but I started doing a bunch of odd jobs. I was a bouncer, I was a DJ, I was a promoter, variety of things, and for about 4 or 5 years. And then at 23, I joined the Marine Corps. I was like, this is a complete shift, but I had everything I needed in life, but I wanted to experience something different and I wanted to serve. I want to do something that mattered to me.
Hmm.
And so I joined the Marine Corps. And of course, recruiters are always completely honest. And I was
Wink,
doing
wink.
exactly. I was doing like a marketing, promoting type stuff before I joined.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, oh, yeah, we got something just like it. It's called public affairs. It's the same thing. I get, I go through boot camp, I go through all this stuff. I get to the schoolhouse and it's writing. I'm like, oh, crap. The first, there's 3 months of class. The first month is all about writing. I'm like, I have no idea how to do that.
Yeah.
And so it totally caught me off guard. But turns I actually enjoy writing. Didn't know I did. And well, that journey took me all over the world. Went to Okinawa, San Diego. I'm back in DC now. I served for about 4 years, had some medical stuff, got out, and then I went into public affairs as a civilian and
Yeah.
for the Navy. And then over the past 7 years, I've kind of rolled constantly of like, I'll do this for a couple of years, do this for a couple of years. And until recently, I didn't realize that was like a trend. That was like my thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of it came because I never identified with the word entrepreneur. I
Hmm.
thought it meant that you had to have a business. And I was like, well,
Right.
I've never owned a business, so I'm not an entrepreneur. And it
Not
wasn't until
not
about
so.
I have learned that now. And about 9 months ago, I'm learning that it's a mindset and it's just kind of how you live your life.
Well, there's a word that I used often, uh, intrapreneur,
Hmm.
for because you're inside of an organization. And I had shifted careers 4 or 5 times in my corporate culture before. And I was a musician first, so being an entrepreneur and having a book business and go out there and do things, that was something that was part of life. And I always had a side hustle and everything going on. I was a farmer and a fireman and all these different projects and processes, pieces of life. And you learn that you can resiliency and the ability to adapt are some of the key most beneficial benefits you can add to your proposal and your presentation and your portfolio.
Yeah.
So what do you focus on right now that's bringing you a little bit of excitement, inside the Navy?
Yeah. Maybe too often you don't hear that. Like, I just love going to work. And so I work inside the Department of the Navy, which is
Uh-huh.
the Navy and the Marine Corps. And I work for an organization called Naval X. And we are innovation agility cell and mainly a super connector for the Navy, meaning we're trying to connect internally. The Navy, we've got my audience internally is 700,000 people.
Hmm.
So it's a large people to connect.
Yeah.
And so working on connecting them to each other. Hey, you're doing this great invention or innovation. Awesome. Hey, so are we. Let's talk. So are
Yeah.
these people. And so it's kind of bringing that in any organization that's that large. It's hard to know what all exists. So our team has only been stood up for about a year and a half now. And we're trying different things. We have a lot of top cover so we can, and I say cut the red tape a lot, but for me, and my title on LinkedIn is Bureaucracy Slayer.
Yeah.
Um, but it's not just about like punching through the wall and
Yeah.
slicing the tape down. I actually like analyzing it and like, why is the tape red? Maybe it can be yellow. Maybe it can be green. Maybe
Hmm.
it could be better for someone behind me.
Yeah.
I have some teammates in my different job who call me the juggernaut because I kind of just punch through walls and then people come behind me and kind of clean up and make it usable for everyone else. And so I love what I do at Naval X because I'm changing a culture and a lot of the government world, for different reasons, we're behind on a few things. A lot of that's for security reasons.
Sure.
And so we're bringing different tools and mindsets and cultures into the government, which is really fun and can be challenging at times, but
Sure.
I really enjoy it. I came on to do like digital IT stuff because that was my background recently. And then there was like, hey, there's a gap. We need help with communications. So now I do quick chats with Mohawk Matt. I do podcasts. I do a lot of videos connecting people. And obviously, Mohawk Matt, if you can't tell, it's hard to find me in a crowd. Not really. Uh,
Yeah.
so I love what I do because I love people and I
Yeah.
do relationships, and that's what I love.
That's fantastic. You know, that's a lot of LinkedIn in, you know, that's part of being a pirate is the fact that you can actually, the diversity of individuals that I've connected with over the last 280 episodes has been massive. And when you're really, when you're into the day to day of it, you know, in connecting and having conversations and putting things together, magic happens because all of a sudden you're talking to an individual that has the opportunity to make a change in so many other dimensions and in so many
Yeah,
other lives. And so it's really, you know, an opportunity now with digital, you know, where you can jump on a podcast like this, you can live stream, you can
and
actually ask people what they're thinking about and what they're doing right now, you know, just like we are. And you can do that right now inside your organization and then start talking and unwinding some of the conversations in the culture that is there and
yeah,
actually asking the questions. Well, why do you do it there? You know, become the 5-year-old. Why do you
yeah,
do that?
right.
Well, why do you do it that way? Well, why do you do it that way? And
Yeah,
it's awesome to see that in an organization like the Navy because you know it's been around for a little while, and you know there's
yeah,
probably some traditions there that may need to be upgraded based on current status. You know, so
yeah.
so what's an example of something that you're challenged with or um, you're thinking about in terms of what the messaging might be or how to deliver messaging in a way that fits your environment now. But what are some challenges based on, you know, what you can share?
Yeah, so a lot of the challenges were and have been and still are the hey, well, this is how we communicate. We've been communicating this way for 100 years,
Mhm.
and this is what we're gonna the way we keep talking. And a lot of that is that kind of very professional, very formal. We are the Navy. We are these organizations, and this is how we communicate. And so what I did was the fun part of my job is when I started coming on. I said, well, I'm going to take everything that they do on Instagram and Twitter and the way people just do information not in the professional mindset. And I am just going to go full swing in that in my world. And that was a shock to a lot and still is a shock to a lot of people. A lot of that is because of how I look.
Yeah.
And I have a mohawk, and I go to the Pentagon often. And it's really funny going to the Pentagon with a mohawk is if I go in like a polo shirt and some jeans, they just think I work in IT. They're like, oh, he's just a regular. Okay,
He's just
whatever.
an IT guy.
Yeah. But if I go to with my mohawk and like a suit, oh, it's fantastic. Like everyone's security doesn't know what to do. Everyone's like, who the heck is this guy? Uh, and so,
One of these things does not go with the other.
yeah, yeah, it's just now working here. And
Yeah.
I even went to the Pentagon in a Christmas suit with a Mohawk and gold shoes. It was fantastic. And, and that and that's the challenge has been that rigidity of this is how we do things. And so Naval X and I've been blessed with the ability or the freedom to be who I am and try to do the things I want to and we need to do the way I want to
Yeah.
and with my mohawk. And my mohawk for years, like I said in the beginning, was I didn't realize I've always been Mohawk Matt. I just never realized I was. I've
Yeah.
only recently had the name, but it's kind of this new identity. Is you're like, this is who I really am, and now I get to be me. And so the challenge for communication, kind of as you talk to in this organization, has been this is how we do things, And so now I'm coming in like, no, we're gonna try something different. And it's proved to work because organizations that have 40, 50, 60, 100,000 followers are getting like no traction. And I've got like 20,000 or 2,000 followers a few months ago on my work accounts. And I was getting about 60 to 80% engagement because I was not like anything. And now we've grown quite a bit, but we're still getting really high engagement rates because it's nothing like they're used to hearing. They're used to seeing an email or here you go, here's a 20-minute video. And I just deliver them. I kind of the way you do, just quick shots all the time, throw in those 2-3 minute videos and here you go. And like a lot of organizations, they don't produce a lot of information outwards.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's try it. And I had someone ask me the other day, hey, so this year we've made about 5-6 videos. How many have you made? I was like, oh, 93.
Yeah.
So
93.
just doing it differently. And it's
So I want to drill into that a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that so the result and the takeaway has been that because you've been doing what is authentic to you realistically, now that you've discovered and you've taken off the mask of, you know, the official Matt, you're going, hey, I'm just being myself. Screw it. I'm going to just go out there and be myself and do who I am and put it out there and produce some content. That's when things started picking up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Things like when I started just being authentic and authentic is not is kind of a buzzword right now.
Sure.
And but it's just that is real and that's what people identify with. And the first video I ever did for work, I ran into a wall, but in the end of the video, but we left it because it was funny. And it blew up internally in our world, it blew up. And so just being yourself for me has like been on this new journey of like, oh yeah, I was never scared of being me, but at work I was a little more cleaner. I was Marine Corps, obviously
buttoned up,
put me in a certain box.
A little buttoned up,
definitely.
So, hey, I want to give a shout out to a couple of people in the shop in the show here. Nick Gimmel, Nick, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Nick's going through the same kind of thing. He's transitioning. He's taking off his mask and really starting to show up in a different way. And congratulations, Nick, for doing that.
That's awesome.
Wendy is Wendy. Wendy will always be Wendy, and she will always be an amazing individual. Good morning, pirates. Welcome to the posse. Mohawk.
Hey,
why do they call you that?
I'm not sure, Wendy. I can't figure out what the reason is.
Great battle cry. More Mohawk, less bogus.
Oh, I'm using that, Wendy.
I'm using that one. Yeah. Hey, pirate peeps. Good morning from Kenyatta, right down here from Arizona. So soon again. Good morning, pirates. It's awesome to see Matt on here having coffee. Looking forward to seeing you tonight at virtual happy hour. Right on, right on. Got that going on. What's up, Matt?
Adam. What's up, Adam?
So I want to talk a little bit about, this journey that kind of opened up the door for you and how the content creation and how your personality and your poise in this uptight environment at times, and then just relaxing a little bit. And it's not that we want the military to completely relax. We want them to do there. However, I think there's an opportunity for diversity and a little bit of, have fun, enjoy the job, enjoy what you're doing, and love coming to work. There's a lot of people that struggle with that because I don't think they realize that they can have fun. And Mike Rowe on, Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe. I don't know if you remember that show, but he made a statement that has stuck with me for a long time. And it's like, some people search their entire life to find out what they love to do, when in fact, you can just learn how to love what you're doing. And it's so profound that it's really one of those things. It's like, enjoy what you're doing right now because that's what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
If you have a mindset that this sucks and I hate being here and it's like watching the clock and all of a sudden the day creeps on
And it's gonna
and,
suck.
and it's going to suck.
Yeah.
It's like and it's a choice. However, we can choose to do things a little different and enjoy the day. So
Well, I
that's
get a
what I
lot
would
of
say.
I
Enjoy
get
the
a
day.
lot of that from my videos, and everyone asks me all the time, "Are you like happy all the time?" No, it's not about being happy all the time. I get
No.
mad, I get frustrated, but I choose to be happy when I can. And there, a couple days ago, I was pretty stressed out, so I reached out to a friend who helped me get through it. So I still have the same things everyone else has, but I choose to put myself out there. You see me happy because that's what I choose to live.
Yeah.
It's all about that choice. And like even right now, I'm in a fun challenge that I challenged myself called the 100 Days of Awesome.
Okay.
And I'm doing a video every single day for 100 days about all kinds of things. Awesome thing, not so awesome parts of my life, who I am, and just sharing, documenting my journey. And it's probably going to be a book when I'm done with it. And it's just kind of a fun way because it was a challenge because I do a lot of videos and content already,
Uh-huh.
but 100 videos in 100 days, every single day,
Yeah.
it's different. And
That
so,
wouldn't be much of a challenge for me.
well, yeah. You're. That's the level I'm trying to get to. For me, it's
Yeah.
a newer journey. I'm only 9 months in here, Russ. Come
Yeah.
on.
But I love the idea though. Anything that you can do to kind of step outside your comfort zone is the whole point. You
Yep.
know, stretch your boundaries,
Yep.
know that you're gonna survive it. It's like I'm getting ready to do I'm 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 getting ready to do a juice fast. So I'm gonna juice coming up here and I'm stepping into that boundary. And so it's like, okay, I'm just I want to change how I feel. I want to change how I'm doing things in my life, and so that's on the roadmap, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
working on doing next. And same thing. It's like some people have challenges with putting themselves out there, and some people, have challenges with a lot of different things. We all have challenges. We just
Well,
have to figure out how we can get beyond those challenges and stop being the same person every single day. We just need to 1% improvement every day, 10% improvement,
yeah.
whatever it takes.
And that's what I've learned recently is like even with the 100 Days of Awesome, video is not challenging for me, but consistently posting every day, that was a new effort.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't realize until a few months ago, until I was around some of this new group of people and entrepreneurs I've been spending like you, hanging my time with, is I didn't realize that I actually wasn't being challenged. Everything I was doing for the last years, sure, it took effort and
Mhm.
it took time to do it, but it was my realm, it was my lane. And so
Yeah.
for me, it made sense. And now I'm being put into uncomfortable situations and like, whoa, like it's like fantastic to feel like I'm writing some books right now, and it
Yeah.
scares the crap out of me. And if I start actually talking about what I'm writing, I start sweating. I get like nervous, like
Really?
it physically because it make like right now my anxiety level just went up because it terrifies me, but I want to overcome that. I want
Yeah.
to accomplish that and become an author just for fun.
Well, and the thing you have to focus on is how I know how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling anxious, right? And then you have to think about, okay, what am I going to feel like when it's done, when it's
Yeah.
delivered, when it's packaged up
Yep.
and performing? You
Yep.
know, that's I want to project myself into that feeling. That's the way I'm going to feel when it's completed. And
Mhm.
I think that's what we need to start thinking about. And that's the culture that we can change in our lives is I don't want to necessarily feel the way I feel right now because this isn't the way I want to live. I just want to improve myself. And so what am I going to be feeling like when I'm there? And so start thinking about that and start thinking about the choice that you're making. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things that you gotta consider when you're going through this. So let's go back and get a couple of people in the room.
Yeah, for sure.
Sarathi, good morning, evening, comrades.
Morning.
Fantastic. Gabriel, good morning, fellow pirates. Hola, Danny. So Sarathi says, hey, Russ and Matt, thank you so much for being here. He's on the other side of the world, so it's evening for him.
Ah,
Gabriel says, how are you, Wendy? your ray of sunshine is beaming all the way to Texas. So fantastic.
Awesome.
Love the Mohawk.
I have a video of how to cut your mohawk during COVID.
Well, I cut my hair on a regular basis, so it's pretty simple for me. But choose to live, Wendy says. Absolutely,
Yes.
positively. Matt doesn't get nervous. He helps others get over it. Emma.
I helped Emma go live for her first time the other day. She was terrified of video. So I said, hey, let's go live in like 3 hours. She's like, okay.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Here's another pirate. Howard, awesome story, Mohawk. Thank you so much for being here, Howard. Happy Friday. Hope you're well. I got some introductions for you too, by the way.
Okay.
So we've got the I think it's the Steve Sims event. Something going on tonight, isn't there?
Yeah, his normal happy hour. Bunch of misfits telling horrible jokes.
I need to be more prepared with my horrible jokes. I have to get the room full of pirates. When I can get the room full of pirates, we'll be okay.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've got to say, I love that I met you through that group, and I just love you're just so forward leaning on video and the way I love the pirate broadcast, and it's just like I totally identify with that. So I keep doing what you're doing, man. I love it.
Yeah, and I produce shows for other people, so it's really great. So if you ever need somebody to help you produce a show for the Navy, let me know.
Good to know.
I just did one yesterday for the oil and gas industry. We were talking about G&A and the oil and gas industry. So it's like all kinds of topics. So it's like, and I don't really, that's the thing. It's funny because it's, I just do what I do. And sometimes I put it out there, but I don't think I put it out there enough. So I'm going to be and I teach classes on how to live stream and how to use LinkedIn to generate leads in your business. So if anybody's out there that needs some help with that, let me know.
Because that's the trick. Getting a LinkedIn Live is not easy.
Yeah. So, and also, there's a lot of things that you can do with live that doesn't necessarily go to LinkedIn directly.
Yeah.
And that's a backstory because I didn't have LinkedIn Live. So I would stream it to YouTube and then post it on LinkedIn like it was live. Just like a pirate.
Yeah, of course. A pirate makes sense.
We probably get along because you're in the Navy, right?
Well, I work for the Navy. I still hold my Marine Corps ties very dear.
Oh, and thank you so much for serving if I didn't mention that earlier. So appreciate your service and thank you so much for being part of the group that keeps us safe. So
it is a great group, and I am grateful every day that I came home and am blessed and give thanks to all those brothers and sisters of mine who didn't. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. So thanks, Matt. You're the best. Arr. Emma says. And Sudadev, overcome your anxiety by thinking about how you're going to feel after your accomplishment. Great advice, guys. And then excellent. Emma says, yes, happy hour. Be there. Prepping my jokes now. Fantastic. Happy hour cleanse, Russ. I'll be right back, folks. And then Kenyatta says, rocket, don't stop it. So
you got it.
You got it, Kenyatta. You got it. Yes, Emma says.
So Kenyatta, I'm actually working on some 3D printed versions of the Mohawk in case I do start losing my hair. So I got to have backup plan.
3D printing.
Yeah.
Little double stick tape. You'll be golden.
Exactly. Well, where I work, we have a lot of 3D printers, so I've been playing around with some stuff.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, Matt, it's been a pleasure, and I look forward to many more conversations like this. And come back and tell us, give us progress reports and things like that in the pirate community.
Fantastic.
And also, if you're not connected to Matt, reach out, connect him. He's on LinkedIn. So, getting some of these fun-loving criminals out there to make some connections and reach out and make it okay. It's what we need to do nowadays,
Definitely. Go Pirates.
Yeah, go Pirates. And so is there any advice you want to leave, legacy advice that you can leave with us to make sure that we're going to be thinking about that for the rest of the day, maybe into the afternoon?
Yeah. Have an awesome day. And if you aren't, or if you are, make it so that someone else has an awesome day. You can affect someone else's day by saying hello. To me, that has been like my mantra for years. And it's, especially right now in COVID, it's so powerful. Just don't walk by someone with your head in your phone. Just say hi. You could change someone's world. And it's happened to me. So if you're having an awesome day, or if you're not, be the reason someone else has an awesome day.
I love that. Well, Matt, it's a pleasure. I'm honored to have you on the show, and thank you so much for being here and helping us be entertained for at least a few minutes in the day and making sure somebody has a little bit of inspiration and interesting people doing interesting things.
Definitely. Thanks, Ross. Appreciate it. It's great to be a pirate.
All right. And as everyone knows, kindness is cool, smiles are free, and you enjoy the day. Take care, everyone.
See you, everybody. Yep.
Thank you for joining the Pirate Broadcast. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and share it across your social media channels. I would love the opportunity to help others grow in their business. The Pirate Syndicate is a platform where you show up, we produce the show. It's that easy. If you want to be seen, be heard, and be talked about, join the Pirate Syndicate today.